Om Shanti. Today is 20th August 2023 and we shall listen to the Avyakt versions of Avyakt Bhagwad. These Avyakt versions were spoken by Avyakt Bhagwad on 7th November 1995. The title for today's Murli is Bap Dada's special preference is purity, and the foundation of this knowledge is purity. Today, Bap Dada, the ocean of love, has come to meet his children who are embodiments of love. The Father's love is merged in all the children. Love brings all the children close from far away. So the ocean of love has come to meet his children who are the embodiments of love. And it is only this love that has brought all the children from far away close to Baba. Baba says, when you were devotee souls, you were so far away from the Father. That was why you were searching for Him everywhere. We were not close to Baba, so we were searching for Him everywhere. Whereas you are now so close that each of you children say with faith and intoxication, my Baba is with me. We say this with faith and intoxication, that my Baba is with me. Is he with you, or do you have to search for him and wonder if he is in this direction or that direction? Baba says, is he with you, or do you have to search for him and wonder if he is in this direction or in that direction? You have come so close to him. If anyone asks you where God is, what would you say? He is with me. You would say with intoxication, even the Father cannot remain without me. Baba says, you'll say this with intoxication, that even the Father cannot remain without me. So you have become very close. You have become companions. Baba says, you have become companions. You also cannot stay without the Father for even a second. Neither the Father can stay without us, nor can we stay without the Father even for a second. Who is with you when Maya comes? Normally we say, we cannot stay without him and he cannot stay without us. But then Baba very lovingly asks, who is with you when Maya comes? If the Father is with you at that time, could Maya come to you then? Definitely not. The children don't wish it, but what happens? Every now and then, against their conscious wish, they play a game of hide and seek with the Father. Maya makes them play the game of hide and seek with the Father. Bap Dada continues to watch this game of the children. On the one hand, children say, my Baba, and on the other hand, you step away from him. You hide from Baba. So Baba says it is as if you have stepped away from him. If you now step away from here in this way, the Father would not be able to see you, would he? You move towards Maya's side. Baba says you move towards Maya's side. Your eyes remain closed to seeing the Father, and your eyes remain open to seeing Maya. So, do you sometimes play a game of hide and seek? Do we play this game of hide and seek with the Father? The Father is still merciful to the children, and in one way or another enables you to step away from Maya. Baba says he is so merciful to the children that in one way or another enables you to step away from Maya. He brings us away from Maya. Maya makes you unconscious, and the Father makes you conscious to you are mine. Baba says, children, you are mine. And this is how he brings us back into conscious. He opens your closed eyes with the magic of remembrance. Baba opens our eyes with the magic of remembrance. Bap Dada is asking, what percentage of love do all of you children have? All of you say that it is greater than 100%. Love for Baba is greater than 100%. You say that you have multi-million fold love. Baba says, you say that you have more than 100% means you have multi-million fold love. You do say this, do you not? Acha, those who have less than multi-million fold, that is, those who have 1,000,000 fold, 100,000 fold, 1,000 fold, 100 fold, raise your hands. And no one raised their hands. Baba saw that in the gathering, nobody raised their hands. So Baba says, Acha, all of you are firm that you have multi-million fold love for Baba. Then Baba asked another question. Bap Dada will ask you another question. Do not change afterwards. Acha, it is very good news that you have multi-million fold love. Acha, now the father asked, what is the proof of your love? I was asking another question. What is the proof of your love? Then everyone said to become equal to the father. So then Baba says, so have you become equal? And everyone said no. Then Baba says, so this is less than multi-million fold love? It is not multi-million fold love, it is less than that. You might say that there is still time left to become complete and that you will accomplish this by then. Is this what you think? That there is still time left and we will accomplish by then. Is this what you think? Baba is asking. However, in love, Baba says, however, in love, when someone has love for another and he asks the other, Baba says, when in the world also, when someone has love for another and he asks the other one to sacrifice his life, he would be ready to do that, isn't it? Bap Dada does not take anyone's life because you have to do service with your life. So Baba is not asking you to sacrifice your life. However, Bap Dada is amazed about one aspect. And which is that aspect? Even if only for a short while you are told that you should not become amazed, but even Bap Dada is amazed. He has to play his part. So Bap Dada is amazed to see what? Baba says, never mind about sacrificing your life. The sign of love is surrendering yourself completely. To become equal to the Father, that is the proof of love. The second one, the sign of love, is surrendering yourself completely. To do whatever you are told is known as surrendering yourself. Whatever Baba says, Anji, and doing it, that is surrendering yourself. Baba says that he only wishes to see you surrender yourself in one aspect. He does not want to see you surrender in each and every aspect, only one aspect. There are many aspects, but Baba is not looking at the many aspects. is asking about surrendering yourself in only one aspect. You raise your hands for this. You even make a promise. Baba says many a times you have raised your hands and you even make a promise. But what is it that you still continue to do even after you have made a promise to Baba? Each of you understands what your main sanskar or your main weakness is. Baba says, you know, you understand what your main sanskar or your main weakness is, which makes you move away from the Father again and again. Each of you knows your main weakness, do you not? So, while knowing about this weakness, what do you not surrender it? Baba says, when you know about your main weakness, then after knowing about your weakness, why do you not surrender it? Is it that you have love for it? You have love for the weakness because it has been your companion for 63 births? Love means to do everything that the one you have love for likes. The second sign is, the first sign is surrendering yourself completely. The second sign, love means to do everything that the one you have love for likes. For instance, when someone has love for another and one of them says one thing and the other one does not do that but does something else, what happens then? Is there love then, or would a fight take place? When there is love, you do whatever he likes. But if the one whom you have love for asks something you to do, and if you do not do that, then what happens? Is there love then, or would a fight take place? Would you call it love at that time? Or would each one take a stick to the other? So, what does the Father like? Baba says you have to know what does the Father like. Bap Dada says that there are many aspects in becoming equal. Look at the specialities of Father Brahma. And since you have to become the same as Father Brahma, the list is such a long one. In that too, Bap Dada says, okay, it doesn't matter that much. If you lack one or two things, it doesn't matter so much. However, what is the main foundation of Father Brahma, or the foundation of this knowledge? What is the main foundation of Father Brahma, or the foundation of this knowledge in which we have to become equal? We have to do what he likes. What is the special preference of Father Brahma and Shiv Baba? Then somebody said purity, introversion, faithful intellect, honesty, and cleanliness. In fact, the foundation is purity. All this, purity, introversion, faithful intellect, honesty, and cleanliness, all are merged in purity. One word. So Baba says, in fact, the foundation is purity. However, the definition of purity is very deep. Where there is purity, there is faith, honesty, and cleanliness. All these things are included in that. However, Bap Dada sees that the deep definition and significance of purity are not completely clear in your intellect. So, the foundation is purity, but what does Baba see? Baba says, Bap Dada sees that the deep definition and significance of purity are not completely clear in your intellects. How does he know that? Because Baba says you generate so much of waste thoughts. To have waste thoughts or to be instrumental in creating waste thoughts, to have waste thoughts yourself, or to be an instrument too for others to create waste thoughts? Is it purity to have those waste thoughts? Where there is waste, that is not purity. So Baba says, is it purity to have waste thoughts? So all of you should put the significance of purity in your thoughts into practice. We should put the significance of purity in our thoughts into practice. If you examine it, out of all the 5 vices, from lust to attachment, the number 1 vice is lust, and the last is attachment. When any vice comes, it first enters your thoughts. Waste thoughts also create anger. If there is some lustful vision towards any soul, then that is also not considered to be purity. So why do you not surrender your waste thoughts out of love for the Father? Are you able to do this? Baba is asking, are you able to do this? Surrender the waste thoughts out of the love for the Father? Everyone said, Haji. It is very easy to say Haji, but Bap Dada has everyone's chart. Is it easy to surrender your waste thoughts out of love for the Father? So everyone said, yes, Haji. So then Baba says, it is very easy to say Haji, but Bap Dada has everyone's chart. Even now, the majority of you have waste thoughts based on the 5 vices. No matter what vice it is, why is this like this? Why is it like that? It should be like this. All these waste thoughts, where there is why, what, how, etc. All this creates waste thoughts. So Baba says, when you have these questions, why is this like this? Why is it like that? It should be like this. This is waste. Something common that Bap Dada also tells you about is that Jnani souls either have pride in their virtues or their specialities, and the more progress they make, the more their weakness in a particular aspect is seen. This weakness is not in terms of making effort, but weakness in terms of wanting name and fame, regard, to be consulted, to be put forward, to be made a center in charge, to be given service to do, and to be given a special part. Baba says, this weakness, this waste thoughts cause a lot of damage, especially in Jnani souls. But the weakness of pride, arrogance, etc. So Baba says, this weakness causes a lot of damage, especially in Jnani souls. Nowadays, these two are the main basis of waste thoughts. When you go to do service, just note down your timetable for one day and check yourselves. In one day, these 2 aspects, Baba says, check. In one day, check these 2 aspects, arrogance and, in other words, feeling insulted. Wherever there is arrogance, there is this feeling of being insulted. Why did I receive so little? I too should have this status. I should also be put forward. You do understand this to be arrogance, do you not? The reason for waste thoughts nowadays are the 2 aspects of arrogance and of feeling insulted. If you surrender these 2, arrogance and the feeling of being insulted, it is not then difficult to become like the Father. These 2 weaknesses stop us, making us being like the Father. So Baba says, if you surrender this too, it is then not difficult to become like the Father. So do you have the power to surrender them? The only thing is the power to surrender them. Acha, how long will it take to surrender? It is now November. It will be 2 months until the new year comes. In any case, a new account is started in the new year. Baba says, in any case, a new account is started in the new year. So all of you have to do this. Whether you are a teacher, a student, a Maharathi, or a foot soldier, do not think that this is just for the Maharathis and that you are still juniors. At the time of claiming your fortune of the kingdom, none of you would say that you are still a junior. At that time, you would say, make me Narayan the second. Make me Narayan the second. First is Brahma Baba, so let me be the second. Each of you has to give your news in a few words. Baba says for that, each of you have to give your news in a few words. And you should write on the envelope the chart of my stage. That post will then be separated from the rest. You should write in the letter to what percentage you have surrendered your waste thoughts. Have you surrendered 50% or 100%? You can check from the amount of waste thoughts that comes in your mind. So just write one line, nothing long and complicated. Long and complicated letters will be torn up straight away. Are you ready for this? Say yes or no loudly. Baba says, say yes or no loudly. Those of you who think that you need courage or time for this, raise your hands. It is not possible in 2 months from November to New Year. So Baba says, those of you who think you need courage or time for this, raise your hands for this now, and you will be allowed to have this now beforehand. Is there anyone who thinks this? Or will you write later? Sorry. Or will you later write, I made a lot of effort, but I wasn't able to do it? Baba says, don't say that after some time. You will not write this, will you? Are you sure? Bap Dada saw that love brings you as far as Madhuban. It is only because of this love that everyone comes running to Madhuban. So Bap Dada saw that love brings you as far as Madhuban. But where do you have to reach with that love? You have to become the same as the Father, do you not? Having said, definitely write my name, definitely write my name. Whenever anyone wants to come to Madhuban and they are asked who wants to go to Madhuban, everyone would say, definitely write my name. Write my name. You came running to Madhuban. If it were not written, you would show a stern eye to your teacher. So just as you run to Madhuban with love, in the same way, make effort so that your name should be first in becoming the same as the Father. Make this foundation of purity strong. Because of purity, because of this newness, Father Brahma had to take so many insults. Because of this purity, because of this newness, Father Brahma had to take so many insults. So purity is the foundation. And to take a vow of celibacy for the foundation is a common thing. Baba says, and to take a vow of celibacy for the foundation is a common thing. However, you have now moved forward, and so you no longer have that stage of childhood. You now have to go into the stage of retirement. Do not become happy just thinking, I am celibate anyway, or I have purity anyway, but underline it even more. Baba says, underline it even more by having to have purity in your vision and attitude. You have to underline it more in having that purity in vision and attitude. However, the main foundation is make your thoughts pure. Let them be filled with this knowledge and power. There is a lot of weakness in your thoughts. Baba has seen there is a lot of weakness in your thoughts. What can I do? I cannot do this. I don't know what happened. Is this the power of purity? Would a pure soul say, what can I do? It just happened. It happens all the time, even though I don't wish it to happen. But, so Baba says, what type of a soul would say this? I do not want to do, but it just happens. But, so what type of soul would say this? Is it a pure soul or a weak soul who speaks in this way? You are Trikaldarshi souls. Baba says, you are Trikaldarshi souls. When you say why or what, Bap Dada says that you should be brought in front of the students at that time. You explain the pictures to them and say that you know about the 84 births. So Baba says you are Trikaldarshi souls. You explain the story of 84 births to them. And yet you ask questions such as what and why? Since you know about everything, would someone who knows everything ask such questions? Someone who has knowledge knows why something happens. The response to the question of why would automatically enter your intellect that you are under the influence of Maya. The moment we ask these questions, why, what, how, shows that you are under the influence of Maya. Whether you are a Maharathi or a foot soldier, if a Maharathi makes a mistake, he is not a Maharathi at that time. At that time, he is under another influence. So, those who are under an external influence would allow themselves to move along with the waves. Wherever they come from, you look at that one with the vision. This one is a Maharathi and is doing that. At that time, that one is not a Maharathi, but under some influence. Do you understand what you have to do in the new year? Open a new account in which the account of wastage is finished. Is this okay? Are you sure? Or will you make one excuse or another? So this year, Baba says you have to finish the account of wastage. So are you sure? Or will you make one excuse or another? If there is an excuse, Baba will give you a new plan. You will not be given that plan now. If you were given the plan now, you would give a reason. However, you must not make excuses but find solutions. Do not be an embodiment of problems, but an embodiment of solution. Even matter has become tired. Even the five elements of nature has become tired. All of its energy is now finished. So matter and the elements are making a request to you souls who are the masters of matter to hurry up. Do not take so long. Acha, Bap Dada also has to use this body. Whether this body cooperates or not, Bap Dada has to make use of it because he has love for the children. How would it be possible for so many souls to come with so much love and Baba not have a conversation with them. So he has to make the body work by force. Baba says he has to make the body work by force. Acha, are all of you content? Are you all happy now that you have met the Father? Acha, to the souls in all directions who are embodiments of multi-million fold love, to the special souls who make themselves constantly free from all obstacles, to those souls who keep themselves constantly absorbed in love for the Father and do service that is free from obstacles, to all the souls who constantly surrender themselves out of love for the Father, Bap Dada's love, remembrances, and namaste. Acha, are all of you happy? None of you are upset that you didn't meet Baba, are you? Those who understand the significance can never get upset. Then Bap Dada was speaking to the Dadis. Baba says, look, the love for you, original jewels, as well as their pure attachment for you, is increasing in everyone. When they see that the original jewels are all right, they all become all right. Everyone's pure attachment for you has increased. Then seeing the Dadis, Baba says, Bap Dada is very pleased with this too. Dadi Chandramani and Dadi Ratan Mohini. So Baba is pleased to see this too. The responsibility for Gyan Sarovar is not a responsibility, but it is a game. Is there any heaviness? I was asking them. Is there any heaviness? After all, what is a game? A game is something very light, is it not? So what is responsibility? Just a game. So Bap Dada is very pleased that you have been cooperative at the right time and that you have been cooperative from the beginning. From the beginning, you have always said, Haji. This is the special blessing that you were given by Sakar Baba. Brahma Baba never liked the word no. You all know this and you have it also experienced. Then Bap Dada saw Ishudadi specially, and Baba is speaking to Ishudadi. This one has played a very good part from the beginning until now. She is your special cooperative soul. Looking to Dadiji, Dadi Prakashmani ji, Baba says, she is your special cooperative soul. She is very good in listening to other people about anything and in relating anything herself because she constantly remains very mature. The virtue of maturity enables you to move forward a great deal. If you let something out, Ishudadi never ever emptied her heart in front of anyone. So Baba says, if you let something out, you may think that you have done well by doing so. Baba says, if you let something out, you may think that you have done well by doing so, but you have actually halved its benefit. You have halved its benefit. You have halved its fruit and only accumulated half the benefit. Those who are very mature accumulate fully. It is said Mother Jagadamba remained very mature. Even if she did less physical service than all of you, naturally, all the dadis did a lot of service around the world, and Mama did not go around the world. So Baba says, even if she did less physical service than all of you, Mama, all of you are doing a lot of service. But the virtue of maturity enabled Jagadamba to accumulate in her account fully. She did not lose any of it. Many people do a lot, but they lose half or three quarters of the benefit from it. You do something, but when something happens, you either lose all its benefit, or if something minor happens, you lose three quarters of the benefit from it. In the same way, if you say something of your own self, you lose half the benefit. So what remains? So since the speciality of Jagadamba was to accumulate in her account by being a goddess of maturity, in the same way, all of you should become very mature, whether you are living in Madhuban or in your center. Bap Dada is telling all of you to accumulate your marks through maturity. Because by speaking about anything, you finish off all the benefit. No matter whether you are speaking of something good or bad. If you speak of something good, that is arrogance. And if you speak of something bad, whom are you insulting? Each of you should be seen as a god or goddess of maturity. There is a great need for maturity at present. What happens is that because you give lectures, you have developed the habit of speaking a great deal. You would say whatever enters your mind. However, the impact you create through your maturity cannot be created with words. Bap Dada's blessing for us children today is, may you be an image that attracts everyone and who spreads the fragrance of spirituality by becoming a spiritual rose. I repeat, may you be an image that attracts everyone and who spreads the fragrance of spirituality by becoming a spiritual rose. Constantly remain aware that you are spiritual roses in God's garden. A spiritual rose is someone who never becomes distant from spirituality. A spiritual rose is someone who never becomes distant from spirituality. Just as fragrance is merged in flowers, in the same way let the fragrance of spirituality be merged in each one of you in such a way that it automatically spreads everywhere and continues to attract everyone to you. You are now becoming such fragrant and attractive images that they create fragrance in temples with incense sticks as a memorial. Today's slogan is, someone who uplifts others becomes an instrument for world transformation through self-transformation. I repeat, someone who uplifts others becomes an instrument for world transformation through self-transformation. Acha, Om Shanti.